Hey everybody, it's your girl Honey G with the T, and I'm back with another review of Tyler Perry's Sistas. This is the season finale of season 2, episode 22. The title of this episode is In the Shadows. Tell me why Jasmine a shot Gary. So, we go back to where we left off. Karen and the gang coincidentally pull up on Fatima and Zach in the grocery store. So Karen looking at Fatima and Zach like, what's going on? And she asks, so are y'all dating? And Fatima look at Zach like, are we? And Zach, he ain't really trying to talk. Zach run off down the aisle. Karen asks Fatima, did you know Zach was my ex? And Fatima, she explained to Karen, no, she did not know. She told her Zach mentioned the ex, but he didn't say a name. So she had no clue that Karen was the ex that Zach was talking about. Now, Karen want to know what was said about, what did he say about his ex? He didn't mention my name, but what did he say? Meanwhile, Danny in the background spilling all the tea, basically keeping it real, keeping it G, unlike the other girls. And so Zach finally come back to try to get Fatima to leave. And he like, let's go. It's time to go. What you doing? You don't owe them nothing. I don't owe them nothing. Like, let's go. Fatima tells him, like, look, I just grew a friendship with these girls. And plus, Andy is my boss. Like, honestly, this needs to be laid out on the table right now, right here. In the grocery store. And Zach, he like, no, I'm not talking about this right here. I'm not talking about this right now. I'm about to go. I'm about to leave. You can stay if you want, but I'm about to leave. And honestly, Zach just being an asshole about the situation, because honestly, he do owe both Fatima and Karen an explanation about this. But in his arrogant ass mind, he don't. So let's bounce. Fatima look at Karen and tell her, look, I did not know that you was his ex. I did not know when I came to the hair salon. Danny like, ooh, you been to the hair salon? And so Danny asks Fatima, well, since you didn't know that Karen was his ex, did you know that he just got through banging her in her closet at her job a few minutes ago? So now Fatima want an explanation about this. She asked Karen, what time was this? That didn't sit right with me, simply because why would you ask Karen what time did your man stick his pecker in her, when meanwhile your man right here and won't even give you an explanation except for the fact that he ready to go? But yet and still, you ask Karen, what time did this happen? I was very proud of Karen when she popped her across her head with some logic and told her, that's none of your business. That's my business. And is, because what got me is Karen do not owe Fatima any loyalty when it come down to Zach. Zach is her ex-boyfriend, which is all Karen knew. Karen did not know that Zach was Fatima's now present whatchamacallit. And neither does that matter in her situation with Zach, because she was with Zach for 3 years before they broke up. So no, that's not Fatima's business. Zach is more of Karen's business than Fatima is Karen's business. So Karen ain't got to tell Fatima nothing about what her and Zach got going on or what they did. Danny tells Karen to go ahead and tell her, Go ahead and tell her. The look on this woman's face, she deserved to know what's going on between you and Zach. And Karen, she ain't take her eyes off of Fatima and Zach. Not now time. And she said no. And I don't blame her, because that's not for Karen to explain. That's for Zach to explain. And I don't understand why Danny trying to put the pressure on Karen, but yet and still letting Zach run off and not say a word. Like, no. If anything, Zach need to be singing like a little birdie right now. Not Karen. Because Karen don't owe Fatima no explanation. Zach owe Fatima every explanation in the book about these. Karen don't owe Fatima nothing about these. Danny getting on my nerves because she's sitting up there putting so much, she's so hard on Karen. But she's so soft when it come down to Zach. But you both of their friend. So why you give Karen such the hard stick and then give Zach, you know, like, come on, Danny. Fatima tells Zach to go ahead and lay it all out on the table, because she is not a woman of conflict. She don't do he say, she say. And right now is the best time for us to go ahead and talk about this. Zach, he's still being stubborn. He wants to go. He say no, he's not talking about this right now. Danny, she's still in the background throwing little slurs and being slick. And so Fatima, she asked Karen, can they just talk about this another time? And Karen was like, sure. So she left with Zach. Next thing you know, Karen looked at Andy and asked Andy, did you know? Because Fatima is Andy's assistant. And so truthfully, Andy answered no. She did not know. Which she did not know. She said Fatima mentioned that she was dating someone, but she did not say no names. And neither did Zach. So Karen storms off. She mad, she in her feelings. And basically the mood has been ruined for the night. So everybody pretty much finna head home. Fatima and Zach get in the car. And she said that she know they not dating, but he could have told her. And he was like, yeah, we not dating. And I can tell, like, that slapped her ass across the face real quick. Like, damn, what's up with the energy? Why are you throwing your energy towards me so negatively whenever I have done nothing but help you since I've known you? I have done nothing but be your backbone since I've known you. Bailed you out of jail. Gave you a place to stay. Gave you a good ass job. Now you want to up and up. Even offered you to live with me rent free so you can stack your bread. If anything, Fatima done been ride or die for the little bit of time that she knows Zach. And for him to come throw his energy like, oh no, we not together. We not dating. You better get that right. Like, as if he's the prize. You a scrub. But anyway, so Fatima just feel like, look, you still into Karen, you still into your ex, and it's just best that you don't stay with me. It's best that we don't live together. It's best that we just drop that idea right now. So Zach, he ain't feeling it. He like, oh, so I can't stay with you now? I can't stay with you now? Okay, I see how you is. I see how you is. Study throwing around that petty ass, little boy ass, scrub ass energy. She like, yeah, you can take that money and get you a place to stay, like you had the idea to do at first. You can take that money, get you a place to stay. He like, yeah, you right. But keep your eyes on the road though. Keep your eyes on the road. Like, he acting real shady. Like, he acting real bitch made, if you know what I mean. Zach, my respect for Zach is like this slim since the second season started. Like, so Karen and the girls is riding home with Andy. And Karen tells them she can't get over the fact that he didn't mention her name. All he mentioned was that he had an ex, but he didn't mention her name. But it's crazy because whenever her and Aaron talking, they mentioned his name. So she was just really kind of in her feelings about some petty shit, really, if you ask me. She couldn't get over that. And so Danny, she in the back seat, she ain't making nothing no better by saying stuff like, she can't believe that. Talking about, I can't believe that he ain't shit because he came to work talking about how much this girl made him feel, how much this woman made him feel like a new man, how she made him feel like he was a real man, how she made him feel so good inside and out. And then he go behind her back and sleep with Karen. I'm like, Danny, when is you gonna have some loyalty to your friend Karen? Is that really your friend? Do you low-key can't stand her? Like, what's up? Because to me, it sounds like you slick rooting for Fatima. Whenever you see that your friend hurt, you see your friend still in love with him. Although the circumstances of them getting back together is probably slim, but why is you on the sideline rooting for Fatima when you don't even know this chick? You mad because Zach cheated on Fatima with Karen. Danny, just shut up. Because right now, you really, like, you make a lot of sense. Don't get me wrong. But you really slick acting like a hater. Anyways, Maurice, they show Maurice and Calvin. Maurice done snuck up on Calvin and caught him spying on Sabrina's Instagram. Maurice let him know, look, you ain't gonna get nowhere doing that. Why wouldn't you just go talk to her? People think they can hide their feelings on social media when you're really sitting here sobbing, wishing things would be better. So Calvin asking him, just tell me the truth, Maurice, what's wrong with me? He told him, look, sometimes handling a girl like Sabrina, you just gotta roughen her up. You just gotta flip her around, grab her by her hair, and do these different things to her. And Maurice started making different noises and stuff, and Calvin was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Going too far. I thought it might be a good idea for Calvin because the way the route going over there with her and Jacoby, she might need a little bit of that going on with you. You know, maybe that'll help you slide back through the door. He took Maurice up on his offer and he would say, okay, I'm finna go talk to Sabrina. Then they show Danny walking into her apartment. Preston and Zach is in her living room. And she like, how he got in here? Preston tells her, I let him in. She like, why did you let him in? Exactly. Stop inviting people inside of Danny's house. Just because you done paid 3 months of my rent, do not make it okay for you to answer my door and invite folks in. And so, Danny told him he gotta bounce because, like, look, you slept with Karen and you slept with that girl and you just a dog ass dude all the way around. You got to go. Like, I'm no longer finna let you freeload off of me, eating up all my food, sleeping on my couch. Bye. And for one, I don't even understand why Zach even came back to Danny because you just got paid. Even if you can't find no place right away, that's understandable. But there's hotels all around Atlanta. Go rent a hotel for at least a week until you find a place. Like, you got more than enough money to do so. Why is you back at Danny? That just further proves how much of a freeload ass, scrub ass dude you are. Danny kicked Zach out and her and Preston sit down to talk. Preston was just letting her know, Preston was just letting her know how he's there to help and all this here. And she was like, I don't need you to save me. I don't need your help. All I need for you to do is pay my car payments, my rent, and my utilities. That's all the help that I need you for. And Preston was like, well, Danny, I've already paid 3 months of your rent already. But your car note and your utilities, that's something that we can discuss later. But you good for 3 months. I've already paid up 3 months. And so Danny was all excited, leaning on him, unzipping his pants. And he was like, whoa, are you for real? And she was like, no, I'm just playing. And one thing I got to say about that, Danny want to talk about how she don't need no help, but you swiping Andy's card with every chance you get. Not only that, clearly you need help. You living in a studio apartment, driving a little regular car that Zach had them broke down first season, and I guess somehow it's still holding up. But you do need help. Stop being naive to yourself, because for one, what got me is you gonna tell that man you can help me with my car note, my utilities, and my rent, but it's one thing that I don't need your help with. Say example. Let's say if that one thing she don't need his help with that she just want to do by herself is like, let's say, go back to school and get through school and major in whatever it is she want to do. Okay, that's just an example. You don't need his help with that. You the one in your books. You passing your tests on your own. You studying on your own. You acing everything on your own. You getting ready for graduation on your own. You doing it all on your own. Good job, baby girl. But thing is, if he paying your car note, paying your rent, and paying your utilities, that's it. That all connects with helping you to be able to focus on that one thing that you're doing on your own. So don't never let that go unnoticed because he's not physically, there helping you do that one thing that you're doing on your own, but yet and still he's in your corner handling other things that connects to that so that you can focus more on that. So either way, baby girl, it's still help. Regardless of how you try to put it, it's still help. And ain't nothing wrong with getting a little help, because I believe if Preston was a black wealthy guy, Danny would be tripping about him trying to help her and save her and paying her rent and doing all this extra stuff. She wouldn't be making a big deal about it if he was a black man. I feel like the big deal is because he's white and she don't want to bow down to massa. It's understandable. But in the same time, baby girl, you can't be letting the little things overshadow the big picture. So that's all I got to say about that. Sabrina calls Jacoby. She was thinking about calling Calvin, but instead she called Jacoby. And she get on the phone with Jacoby, asking him what he doing. He was like, you want me to come over? And she was like, he was like, can I come over? And she was like, wait, you didn't even give me a chance to tell you what I'm doing. And he was like, oh, okay, what you doing? And she was like, I'm just sipping a glass of wine. And he was like, well, can I come and have a glass with you? And it's just like he just coming on too strong, just so demanding about coming, like, can I come? Can I come? Can I come? Sabrina like, well, I just want to talk. And he was like, well, I can come, I can be on my way and we can talk. And she was like, we can talk on the phone. Which I don't really think that Sabrina really wanted to be intimate with Jacoby that night. She probably did want to be intimate with him, but not that exact night. I feel like she really wanted somebody to talk to, somebody to confide in, and just a new friend, some new energy. So she just tried it out. But I don't think that her intentions were to have sex with him. I don't think her intentions were a booty call, more so as him. Like, his intentions was most definitely a booty call. But I just don't feel like Sabrina wanted to have sex with him. But by her not making that clear, but yet he made it highly clear to her that that's what he wanted. Because he said, you know what this is. And she was like, what is this? Girl, stop playing. You know what that man really trying to say. Like, Sabrina, she too naive for me. But, she hang up the phone with Jacoby. He's on his way over. Then Danny called her. And she's in the bathroom because for some reason she frustrated with Preston. So she go to the bathroom because that's basically the only part of her house that she can separate herself from her company. She go into the bathroom. And Sabrina answers the phone like, you in the bathroom? What's wrong now? And she was like, it's Preston. Explaining to Sabrina that Preston want to help her and want to save her, and she don't want to be saved. And Sabrina, and honestly, it's just a bunch of nonsense to me. And Sabrina like, look, Danny, um, it's really nothing wrong with help. Same thing I just said. And Danny didn't want to hear this, so Sabrina like, look, I gotta go. I ain't got time to argue with you. My dick on the way. He about to ring the doorbell in a minute. Look, I got to go. So she hung up the phone with Danny, and then they show Andy calling Karen to check on Karen to see if she all right after what just happened at the grocery store. So Karen was like, yeah, she okay, but she want to call Aaron. She's thinking about calling Aaron. And Andy like, you sure you ain't thinking about calling Zach? And Karen, she like, Zach, he with somebody else, you know. We good on that. Everything all good. And Andy like, after what you just got through saying in the car, I don't think everything all good, but okay. And so the lobby called Andy and said that Gary needs to come up. And so Andy hang up the phone with Karen, and she's feeling strange because Gary got a key. So she wondering, why is the lobby calling to send Gary up when he got a key? Gary can come up on his own. And so Gary made it up there, and then Gary explained to her he couldn't find his keys. His house keys missing, plus his car keys is missing. And they came up missing out his hotel room. And so the employees at the hotel is keeping their eyes out for his keys, but they still have not yet found them. And so Andy offers him to move in with her so he won't have to be living at the hotel. And so Gary was like, what you think your girl's gonna think about that? And Andy, she was like, well, my girls, they love me and they understand me, so they'll be all right. And Gary was like, do you tell your girls everything? And Andy said, yeah. Then Gary asked her, could you do me a favor? Could you not tell your girls everything? Andy said, well, that's a lesson I'm still learning. And so they started hugging up in the kitchen and stuff. Then they went on to the bedroom, closed the door to make love. Then they show Jacoby. Jacoby done showed up at Sabrina door. And Jacoby shows up with a hard Jimmy and a 3-5 of Mary Jane. Sabrina offered him some wine. And so Jacoby's so thirsty both ways, he done grabbed her glass of wine instead of waiting patiently for her to fix him a glass. Then he turned her around, kissing all on her neck, breathing all on her. And Sabrina, she acting like she don't know how to push the man off. Like, if you don't really like it, stop it. And so she just acting like a little girl that don't know how to speak her mind. That's what I don't like about Sabrina. Like, don't let this nigga come raw dog you like this. For one, he done invaded your space just by coming all up on you like that. If that's not where you trying to go with this whole situation tonight, you know, you need to say that. And so Jacoby done put her up on top of the kitchen counter, kissing all on her neck and caressing her and seducing her. And Sabrina, she really want it, but she really don't. So she telling him some stupid shit, talking about I don't want to have sex, but we can lay down together, I guess. Girl, grow up. Because what does that to even say? If you know that what this man want and you don't want to give it to him, why let him lay down in your bed with you and tempt him like that? Because you're dumb. And then another thing that got me is Jacoby, he wasn't even trying to hear none of that shit. Because Jacoby, he not even trying to make it past your kitchen counter, baby. He trying to go ahead and do what he got to do on that counter, smoke his Mary Jane, and bounce. Like, it ain't even no what Sabrina thinking that it is. Not in my book. Not how I see Jacoby. Like, I don't think that Jacoby really even want to make it to her bedroom, honestly. He ain't trying to go there for it. He only came for one thing and one thing only. And Sabrina, she just dumbfounded right now. So, as they doing all that, doorbell ring. Sabrina, she hopping off the counter, trying to fix her shirt, asking Jacoby what's wrong with him. Did he take some pills? Why it won't go down? And she asking him all this while she on her way to the door. Like, ain't even got her shirt fixed all the way up yet. Like, she answered the door shirt like this. Girl, fix your clothes. Get yourself right before you answer this door. You don't know who this is. Then she answered the door just knowing that it's Danny. Danny. And guess who it was? Calvin. So now Calvin at the door. She like this here. And he telling her, can I come in and talk? Can we talk? Can I have a glass of wine so we can talk about this over a glass of wine? And so Sabrina, she like, can you give me a call? Can we talk about this another time? And next thing you know, we hear Jacoby voice from the back saying, Sabrina. Now Calvin done pushed the door up into a butt-naked Jacoby standing in Sabrina's kitchen with the munchies right in her refrigerator. Calvin, he hurt now. He gotta go. He don't even want to hear nothing Sabrina gotta say. Sabrina trying to explain herself. He leave. And they show Andy laying in her bed with the lights off. And she hear a noise. So she look up and she was like, baby, is that you? Thinking that it was Gary. And guess who popped out the shadows? Jasmine. She came through the door talking about, no bitch is me. And Andy, she's sitting up in the bed. How did you get in my house? Get out of here. Get out of here. Jasmine talking about, I'm tired of this shit. I'm so tired of this shit. And she's still sitting in her bed, like haven't even got up. Girl, soon as this bitch came in and said, no, bitch, this me, I'd have been on top of her motherfucking head right then. Ain't no way. Excuse my language. I'm working on it. So Andy started yelling at her to get out of her house. Next thing you know, Gary finally come out the bathroom. Hell, I didn't even know Gary was there. As long as it took him to come out the bathroom. Like, I know them walls ain't that damn thick and soundproof. You had to been to her Jasmine in there. And so, Gary come up out the bathroom talking about, Jasmine, what are you doing here? You need to leave now. Jasmine turned around and said, okay, and bust 2 caps right through Gary's ass. She turned back around to Andy. Andy screaming, hollering, please don't shoot me. Please don't do this, Jasmine. Please don't do this, Jasmine. Gary done fell slowly to the floor. I don't even know if he dead or not. And Andy's still sitting in her bed, begging Jasmine not to do it. Why haven't you got up yet? When she turned around to shoot Gary, that was a perfect opportunity for you to bust her in the back of the head with something like, what are you doing, child? What in your mind at, child? Why haven't you reacted yet, child? But anywho, so that was the end of the finale of season 2, Tyler Perry Sistas. And honestly, it's still a whole lot of unanswered questions from season 1 and 2 that I really want to get to the bottom of. Like, first question is, back from season 1, when they showed Gary in the airport with his sister-in-law, which at the time we thought was his wife or his mistress. I still want to know, why was he so close? Why was they so arm to arm and so huggy and lovey-dovey when they sat down? Why were they so close? And where was Jasmine? If they was going to Albuquerque to visit her mom because her mom was sick, why weren't she with them? I still want to know that. Next question is, the private detective in her pictures. When she took pictures, she also caught Gary with another woman as well. And as I can recall, it was a white woman on one of them pictures where he went out to dinner with one of them women, and it never got brought back up. We never found out who was the woman, because it wasn't his wife, it wasn't Andy, it wasn't the sister-in-law. So who was it? And why haven't Andy asked him about this yet? And also another question is, from first season when we first met Calvin and he walked into the bank and introduced himself to Sabrina, he said that he owned a real estate company. What happened to Calvin's real estate company? I really want to know these. I'm just curious because why is he roommating with Maurice if he owned a real estate company? It just don't add up to me. And the overall question of this season is who scammed Karen's credit cards? Who really did that? So we got a whole lot of unanswered questions from first and second season that we're still trying to figure out the answer to. So I hope that we can get to the bottom of some of this by season 3. I heard that season 3 should be here by June 9th, if I'm not mistaken. June 9th. So we'll see. And I will be reviewing each episode. I'm sorry I didn't get to review every episode this season because I caught it like in the middle. But next season, I will be on it. And I hope you guys are looking forward to it. By the way, if you have not subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate if you go ahead and do so. And also hit that notification bell button down below. Until next time, peace.